The Warriors had a shot in this game, and there are positives to take away. But of course, Steve Kerr. The man makes nearly $20 million a year to make the most nonsensical, illogical, rotational decisions ever. Always plays the wrong dudes, and his tinkering, the favoritism, the peculiarities of what type of player he prefers. It's why young players never develop. And it's why the Warriors have underachieved for 3+ years. Kerr did not do a damn thing to make this a game again tonight. Seth Curry did, and that's one of the huge positives. Pat Spencer played well, although the moment Melton comes back, we're never going to see him again. And truth is, he was not the reason why this was close. That third quarter, we saw something that was awesome. More specifically, Seth. And side note, this is why the Golden Days audience has the highest IQ of any Warriors show. Hell, probably any NBA show. Because we tell you before anyone else what's going to happen. And we tell you what can lead to success and what dumbass moves can lead to detrimental results. Small ball being one of them. Buddy Hield minutes being one of them. Not playing Jonathan Kuminga at all in the fourth quarter, even though he was one of the biggest reasons why you came back in the third quarter. Steve Kerr is so frustrating. Like, it's makes my blood boil. Not just his decisions, but the amount of fans who still support him and will support him till the end. Like, grow a pair, develop the IQ, the acumen. And instead of being a cheerleader, look at what's going on in front of you. This coach routinely sabotages this team. And in case you're wondering, Cy, what are you talking about? What went down tonight? We'll get into it. I'll explain what I mean in detail. It was an entertaining night. And again, Seth Curry, that's a huge one. Welcome to the Golden State Warriors, Seth. The dude was fantastic, providing a glimpse of things to come. But if Kerr's going to keep playing Buddy Hield, and if Kerr's going to keep punishing both Kuminga and Moody, like he acts like a man who has a legitimate vendetta against these two. And who knows, maybe it's something as simple as them just calling him out a couple years ago, demanding trades. And a man with that level of ego, a man who hobnobs with what's that Altman guy, the Chat GPT founder? Steve Kerr's like hanging out with him, doing events with this guy. And you're going to sit here and tell me he has no ego? Give me a break. Unreal. Jimmy Butler gets hurt. Hopefully that's not serious. This was a very winnable game, and it's a colossal disappointment that they lost. Jaja Forest is the Jaja Forest writing the split cuts and corner automatics and ATOs for Seth where Kerr plays. Oh no, like split cuts represent ingenuity in 2025. Corner automatic. Since when does Steve Kerr have a copyright on that? What you think you're going to pretend he came up with that shit? Get the hell out of here, man. There was one ATO for Seth? Yeah, I'm calling you out. Why are you making excuses for this guy? What you just wrote there is bullshit. Split cuts were not the reason why the Warriors came back in this game. Corner threes is not a Steve Kerr idea. It's been around since the beginning of this game. Are you out of your mind? ATOs for Seth? Did Seth actually get an ATO in this game? Or are you just making shit up, gaslighting to defend Kerr? Jesus Christ. Every one of Steve Kerr's fans are morons. Like you all are. Do you go to these lengths to defend this man for pure incompetency? He's pulling in $20 million a year, close to it, so that he could play GP2 and Pajemski and Pat Spencer and Buddy Hield and all these guys that deserve to be at the end of the bench. It's embarrassing, man. It is embarrassing. It's ludicrous. 4-guard lineups. Fine. Make them the best 4 guards on your team. Where was Will Richard? Where was Moses Moody? Oh no, Moses Moody committed 1 turnover in the first quarter. I'm going to punish him the rest of the game to send him a message because that's how I coach. I'm Steve Kerr, bro. I'm a genius. I don't have to communicate because I have telepathic powers and people are just have to figure out what I'm thinking without me actually telling them because I don't communicate. I'm too good for that. I sit on my perch above you. I don't have to say shit to you. I'm Steve Kerr. Oh, you're questioning me? Stephen Curry's got my back. F you. It's embarrassing. Desi, don't tell me what the hell to do ever. Ever. Same goes for anyone else in the chat. Do not tell the host of this program how to run his show. I'd sooner this show just burn to the ground than ever should take direction from 18-year-old kids. Get the F out of here, man. We're going to talk about this game tonight. This was absolutely... It pissed me off because this game was over at halftime, and then the Warriors make a run in the third quarter. The first half of the third quarter, that run happened almost entirely because Jimmy Butler did not come back to this game after halftime. He suffers what they diagnosed as knee soreness. And so for about a half of a quarter, OKC defensively had no clue who to square in on because the Warriors had a lineup, and let me get specifically what that lineup was in the third quarter here, so I can explain to you why the Warriors even made a run in that third quarter to come back. So the Warriors had on the court for a bulk of that run Pajemski, Moody, GP. Hold on, no, that's not correct. Hold on, I got the wrong thing here. I need to get this proper and accurate because the reason why I bring this up is because at the start of the third quarter, the Warriors did not have a go-to scorer on the floor. And OKC, as a result of that, did not know who to square up on defensively. For those who want to blame Jimmy Butler for a disappointing night, every time he had the ball, he was facing double, if not triple teams. The Warriors come out in the third quarter with no Jimmy Butler, no go-to scorer because Kuminga's on the bench as well, and they didn't know what to do. So, and on top of that, the Warriors switched up their defense to a zone, and so for about 6 minutes in the third quarter there, the Thunder were flummoxed a little bit, and the Warriors made a run. But what kept the run going in that third quarter was Seth coming into the game, Jonathan Kuminga coming into the game, and they took this shit to another level. They are the ones almost single-handedly. I know, look, Pat Spencer had a great game too. He deserves his flowers as well. And there were some other players. GP2 had a great game as well. He deserves his flowers. But the recipe in that third quarter started with Seth and started with Kuminga. And so what does Steve Kerr do in the fourth quarter? Benches Kuminga for all of it. All of it. Let me just confirm that the fourth quarter had 0 Kuminga minutes. Yep, 0 minutes in the fourth quarter for Jonathan Kuminga. And then Seth Curry, we didn't see him until the second half of the fourth quarter. Hamzakasem in the chat's asking, who do I think the starting lineup should be? I've said this repeatedly. If you're new to the program, welcome. Play the best players. Your 5 best players should be playing. You know who my starting lineup would be if I actually had a say today, provided Stephen Curry's playing? Steph, Will Richard, Kuminga, Dre, Jimmy Butler. That's your 5, and you're beating anybody. And then Seth better be a pivotal player in that rotation. When DeAnthony Melton's back, he better be a pivotal player in that rotation. Moses Moody should be a pivotal player in that rotation. Quentin Post should be a pivotal player in that rotation. I just named 9 players right there. Some teams go a whole season with an 8-man rotation. And all the people I didn't name are the ones that are Steve Kerr's favorites. It's asinine, man. It's so wrong what is going on here. Like, we all, like, if you have an emotional investment in the Warriors, how are you not going and losing your mind over this? Like, the talent is there. But this buffoon of a head coach, And I don't care. I have zero qualms saying that, because in what world do you roll with the end of game lineup that features Brandon Pajemski, who did have a good first quarter? He did. And he did have that third quarter buzzer beater. That was huge. But how is Buddy Hield getting minutes? Who is it? Like, let me read off to you real fast who started that third quarter, because it's vitally important for the context of what happened in the third quarter where the Warriors outscored the Thunder 44-28. It was Moody, it was GP2, it was Draymond Green, it was Brandon Pajemski, and who was the fifth dude? And Will Richard. That was the five to start the third quarter. And if you're OKC, there is no one player you're focusing on, right? None of those five are necessarily like a danger, like a when the pressure's on the line, you're giving him the ball, and so the defense, that's who they're focused on. The Warriors had nobody like that on the floor, so for a good chunk of minutes there, OKC was flummoxed, and they got a little frustrated themselves by the Warriors' zone defense. But what made the difference in that third quarter, do not mistake it, Seth, JK, and then to a lesser degree, Pat Spencer, GP2. And so Pat Spencer, side note, does not close the game. Pajemski does. Kerr pulls him as the Warriors are taking a lead. Great job, coach. And then Buddy Hield. What the hell is the justification for him still getting all these minutes? You have better options. Buddy Hield, 9 minutes and 10 seconds of fourth quarter minutes. You know how many points Buddy Hield scored? And he's not out there for his defense. He's not out there for his passing. He's out there for his scoring. And in 9 minutes and 10 seconds, Buddy Hield scores 0 points. If Buddy Hield is shooting 25% from three in April, would you be surprised if Steve Kerr still went on the podium and said, well, he's going to come around at some point? Unbelievable. Unreal. This is Steve Kerr's Golden State Warriors. Let's talk about it. And look, if you want to push back, I don't know how many of the programs out there welcome the audience on the show. You're welcomed. If you think my criticism of Steve Kerr is blasphemy, challenge me. You're welcome. And I will give you time to speak. I don't sit here and cut you off after 10 seconds. I will sit back and let you talk for minutes. Make your point. But you better be ready for pushback if you're really going to come in here and pretend that Steve Kerr is some genius. Because his rotations blow, man. They don't represent anything that is intelligible. I've called that man obtuse repeatedly for damn good reason. Tonight was yet another piece of evidence substantiating that. Jesus, man. Buddy Hield. God damn it. Buddy Hield tonight played, what was his total minute count? 28 minutes, 29 seconds. At least GP2 is validating the minutes. At least he's producing out there. What the hell does Buddy Hield do, man? Sickening, dude. And then Kuminga, who actually was having a good night tonight, had an awesome third quarter. He plays 15 minutes and 49 seconds. So a minute restriction is not why he was benched. It's because Steve Kerr is a buffoon. Plain and simple. Ford in our chat writes that Seth was so hot that Kerr had to sub him out. And it's how sad is it that something that we should be just joking about is reality? He's literally does this shit. He has zero feel for in-game situations. And when the roster's not perfectly set up for him, he'll screw the pooch. That's what Steve Kerr does. We're powered, thankfully, by FanDuel. Let's go. Coming to you live late night. What is it? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday night. When the Warriors or any NBA team for that matter, are playing on Peacock /NBC. They have to start games at 8:10 p.m. It's insane. It's so late. I know teams in the Central Coast have to deal with this routinely, these late starts, but is it a necessity? Like do the Warriors, like 8 p.m.? So we're coming to you live at 10. It's now 10:47 p.m. We are brought to you by FanDuel, the official sports book of Golden Days and the Believe Network, which solicits a check-in on the FanDuel Sportsbook, not to see if there's a line for the Warriors as they're about to embark on a road trip, which starts Thursday in Philly. And Philly's not a bad team, by the way. I'm going to be curious to see how that goes. FanDuel right now, I'm going to guess, does not have a line for that game. I am correct. Let's see what the updated odds are for the Warriors to win the title. Last time we checked, it was plus 2,200. FanDuel has been laying off, backing off, letting people bet on the wins total. It went as high as 51.5 for your now 500 Golden State Warriors with a record of 11-11. Can you bet on the Warriors win total currently? Well, no. Well, yes. No. I thought you could for a second there, but no. Well, maybe you can. No, you can. I stand corrected. The new line, courtesy of FanDuel right now, the OU 46.5. That's a tricky one because the Warriors' strength of schedule will get easier, and they might hit 47 or 46 or something like that. They might. I would stay away from that. When it was like at 50 or above, the under felt very safe, but 46.5. Anyways, if you're feeling good about the OU or if you want to bet on a whole bunch of other sports, just go check out FanDuel, again, the official sports book of Golden Days, a proud sponsor of the program. And also, it is the holidays. I know we're in a recession, but if there's a loved one in your life that you want to buy some gifts for, check out the Golden Days merch store. Where's that QR code? Right there. It's right there. And this is the collection real fast. Indulge me for 1 second before we resume the Warriors talk. Our stuff ain't expensive either. We've got shirts, whole bunch of shirts, whether you love Warriors, whether you love dog surfing, we got you covered. We got hoodies. We got hats and beanies. I got my city hat. I'll start wearing it on the show very soon. And we got mugs. So go check us out. Support the program. It's one of the best ways to do it besides subscribing, liking, all that good stuff that the YouTube analytics are a fan of. And click on that QR code, please, to check out the store. And thank you in advance for your support as we come to you again live on a Tuesday night following the Golden State Warriors falling to a 11-11 record, losing at home, a game that, in my humble opinion, was very winnable, but they lost. Final score 124-112. And it was a game that felt over at the half because when the halftime buzzer rang and the teams went to the tunnel so that some high school can perform for the halftime show at Chase Center. I don't know how they decide those things. The Warriors trailed 63-44. And again, this game looked over. But then you start the third quarter, and the Warriors roll out a lineup that, again, had Draymond, had GP2, had Brandon Pajemski, had Moses Moody, and had Will Richard. Is that right? Yeah. And they started a run. OKC didn't know what to do. And then the Warriors made some more substitutions. They brought Seth Curry in. Seth, side note, is easily our player of the game. No debate there. And he was fantastic. Dude was raining threes. Dude was even hitting, slipping under screens, hitting some easy layups. There is a very huge positive from tonight. Now that I got all my Steve Kerr frustration out, because my God, man, what is this guy doing? But Seth played. The Splash Brothers are back. And our FanDuel player of the game, Seth Curry, played 17 minutes, 54 seconds. Do you folks understand now why I was so excited about Seth Curry? It does beg the question, why the hell did they wait until December to sign him? I mean, they had other options. Like they could have done this sooner. I like, why was he the sacrificial lamb when you desperately needed him from day one? Better late than never, I guess. But Seth, our player of the game tonight, finished second on the team in scoring. The Warriors team leaders in scoring tonight, to give you an example of just how funky of a game this was, were Brandon Pajemski and Pat Spencer. Both players hitting 17 points. Those were your scoring leaders. Second, though, or third, depending on how you look at it, was Seth Curry, 6 of 7 from the field. He missed one shot the entire game, and that was a late 3. 2 of 3 from deep. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 14 points in only 17 minutes and 54 seconds. Without question, our player of the game. Bravo. But look, I was under the impression that if Seth Curry gets minutes, that's going to cut into Buddy Hields. But if all that's going to do is just turn this into like a 5-guard team, like, my God, man, like, what the hell is going on? Let's just bring the audience on now. We'll mix in some sound along the way because I'm dying to know what Kerr's going to say, what cliches he's going to drop. I guarantee none of the feckless, cowardly media pool that is afraid of Kerr, deathly afraid of Kerr. They're far more about just self-preservation and making the team like them than doing their jobs, which is reporting accuracy, reporting the truth. And I'm positive none of them are going to be asking Steve Kerr tonight, hey, why did Jonathan Kuminga get DNP'd in the fourth quarter when you needed size? Embarrassing. I mentioned a moment ago that Pajemski and Pat Spencer were the team leaders in scoring tonight. The Warriors did have 6 players in double figures. Draymond Green had 13 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, including a huge 3 late in the game. That dude loves threes under pressure. Was 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. Buddy Hield had a decent start, and then it was just all downhill after that. He did have 13 points, was 2 of 9 shooting from deep. And I think those 2 came in the first quarter. Let me confirm that real fast. Yeah. Buddy Hield was 2 of 3 from deep in the first quarter, 0 of 6 the rest of the game. And he finished with 13 points on 4 of 15 shooting. GP2, solid game. Maybe a little too much on the minutes, but he played well. He's not going to get any scorn from me tonight. No criticism. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Made both his 3-point attempts. The first one was a bank. True story. And it was like a weird, like, he shot it from the elbow and it banked in. Like, you know, usually when you see 3-pointers bank in, it's like a straight shot from the top of the key, right? That angle. This one was from the elbow. And it banked in. He gave a shrug. The second one was in a high-pressure situation in the fourth quarter. It was like right before Draymond's 3. Those two are very similar players, which again begs the question, if Steve Kerr cares so much about spacing, why does he not care when both of those two are out there at the same time? I digress. And you know the rest of the players who hit double figures. Pat Spencer, 17 points on 8 of 14 shooting, added 6 assists. Brandon Pajemski, I will say this. I've said this a million times, and I'll say it again now. 5 or more assists in a game, you're good in my book. Tonight, 4. And there was one very specific play I remember in this game, and I forgot to record it and put it on social media. But Pajemski had the perfect setup for a bucket. He was attacking the paint. And he had, I can't remember if it was GP2 rolling with him. It might have been post. I can't remember. But all he had to do was just simply pass it to him. Just give it. It wasn't even a pass. It was like a handoff, like just here you go, just a scoop pass right to the guy, and it would have been the easiest assist ever. But Podziemski, for whatever reason, bungled it, and he passed it to like some guy, I think, who was lingering around the 3-point line, missed a wide open teammate. And that was just a perfect example of just his inability to actually set up scores. His assist numbers are atrocious. Podziemski also had 4 turnovers tonight to lead the team. Not a good night for him, even though he had 17 points. Good first quarter for him and Buddy Hield. That's the extent of it. And again, Jimmy Butler left after the first half. He had 6 points. He lost his shoe again. This has been like an issue he's had for a few times this year now. I don't know if he's not tying those things tight enough. I don't know what's going on there, but this time the shoe issue led to a knee soreness. He was limping around right after that play occurred. This was in the second quarter, and that was that. And again, the Golden State Warriors in a game that was very winnable. One final opinion or one final take, whatever you want to call these ideas I throw out there before we bring the audience on. I hope tonight was a friendly reminder to a lot of you why the Thunder do not scare me as someone who I guess has a rooting interest for your Golden State Warriors. The Warriors can play with the Thunder. It just comes down to playing the right players. I guess you can say that for pretty much any team in the NBA that the Warriors go up against. But the hobbit ball bullshit, the favoritism, the irrational, illogical, rotational decisions, yeah, that's going to doom you. I wish Joe Lacob had some balls and just called Kerr and was like, what the hell are you doing? But I don't know what's going on there. Julian, you're up first. We go chronologically. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. In terms outside of this game, one of my first comments I posted was that Kerr is going to get Butler injured by playing him at power forward. And I said, I wonder when he was traded, did he think that he's going to play the majority of his minutes at power forward? And it seems that he's getting these minor tweaks throughout the season. And you already know that he was like a minor tweak type of guy based on his career. Why wouldn't you try to protect him and put him on in positions where he's not going to be banging and having people collapse on him? But no, let's start him at power forward, let him box out people 20 or 30 pounds heavier than him. And here we are. He has a little knee tweak. And then a couple of weeks later, it's going to be his tailbone. And then it's going to be his hamstring. It's insane what we're seeing from this. And you said you wish that Joe Lacob had some balls. I don't know what he is seeing out there. Does he not know anything about basketball? Did he just buy the team and got lucky? And he said, oh, this is great, because the product, even though we got the lead and we closed it down, the lead we had, what was it, Post, Kuminga, and Seth in the third quarter, and that's what got us back into the game. As far as, like, I think it was like a 20-something and so run, and that got us into 4. And then here comes the fourth quarter, and like, okay, let me put Buddy Hield back in, and I don't understand. I truly don't understand. I wish a journalist would just throw the papers out at Kerr and say, okay, Moody had one mistake in the first quarter. We saw you scream at him, but Buddy but Buddy is making all the mistakes every 5 seconds, and you play him 28 minutes to shoot, what was it, 4 for 15 maybe, and go 2 for 9 for 3, and make the bonehead fouls and turnovers all throughout the game. Kerr, what are you seeing out there that you feel that you couldn't give Moody a better chance with his wingspan in the fourth quarter when we probably needed some defense? It's insane what we're seeing out there.
It is.
Maybe we're trying to get a lottery pick. I don't know what's going on.
No, we're not. And Julian, we have a lot of people waiting. If you don't mind me moving on fast. Are you good? Any final thoughts?
No. Do your thing if you have a lot of people.
Have a great night, Julian. Great take. And part of the reason why I wanted to bounce quick is because there are 2 sound bites I want to play for you back to back, and then Alan Day is going to join us. Again, I'm going chronologically. The one exception is Sharia, if she's waiting. I don't see Sharia. And the first soundbite is Steve Kerr, and this is courtesy of KNBR Radio. And again, when they post clips on social media right after games, the audio is actually decent, so we can all hear it clearly. And I'm fascinated. I don't get to screen these before I play them on these live shows. So this is all new to me just as much as it is to you if you haven't heard it yet. And Kerr was asked about the late game substitution. We're at the 3:56 mark of this game. And let me see what the score was at the 3:56 mark. And the reason why that particular minute mark is noted is because Kerr substituted Pat Spencer for Brandon Pajemski. And Pat was having a great game. And at this point, the Warriors were trailing 111-107. The lead was starting to slip away. This is at this point, I was on Threads, Twitter. Again, you can follow me on those places, Threads and Instagram at Dog Wild, Twitter at Surf Journalist. I was just hammering my keyboard, going, bring JK back. Because his size, his athleticism desperately needed, as is the case most nights in the NBA, and especially against the reigning champion the reigning champion Thunder. And at the 3:56 mark, Pat Spencer gets taken out of the game for Brandon Pajemski. It's a 4-point game, and it just completely went away from them after that. And here's Steve Kerr explaining that decision. And then I'm going to play you one more clip after that from 2 years ago. I'll explain what I mean in just a minute, but it would all make sense, I promise. First up, though, here is Steve Kerr explaining why at the 3:56 mark, in his infinite wisdom, he decided, and again, for all the people out there who are Steve Kerr fans, this man makes nearly $20 million a year. And the vast majority of the power he holds is in deciding who plays when. Zero accountability. This guy faces no consequences for his action except for this one podcaster right here with the two thumbs pointed his way. And while I might have a little bit of influence, a smidge, probably as much as anyone else playing this stupid game, in no way, shape, or form am I by myself gonna make a difference about this dude. I did hear some boos at Chase Center tonight. I did love that, by the way, because until the fans speak up, you're never going to see change. Anyways, here is Steve Kerr explaining why he took Pat Spencer out at 3:56 remaining in the fourth quarter for his unofficial, the son he never had. Wait, he does have a son, right? Nicholas Kerr. Well, this is the second son he wishes he had. Brandon Pajemski.
Both guys really played great games and created a lot for others. And obviously, we played faster in the second half, spread the floor more, and got a good rhythm going.
Did you think about keeping Spencer in there to close? I think you took him out with 3-something left. He was going obviously very well.
Yeah.
Was that a consideration?
It was a consideration, but we wanted to get Brandon back in the game because he was also playing at a high level, and Pat had been out there for a while, and just felt like a good time to sub. We have played them together a little bit. That was discussed in the huddle, but we decided to go with the group that we went with. Both guys really
we decided. Bullshit. It's you, mother effer. You're the only person with all the power to make these decisions. We my ass. That was a Steve Kerr decision. And someone in the chat brought this up, which is, side note, a Curry Flurry, $4.99, but there's no comment attached to this. And you dropped another $1.99. So thank you very much, Curry Flurry. Appreciate you tremendously. Saying, is Steve Kerr really giving credit to Pajemski? Yeah, asinine. And I mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. Brandon Pajemski tonight in quarter one was fantastic. 9 points in the opening quarter. He was 4 or 5 from the field, made a 3, right? The rest of the game, quarter second through 4. I think they published that stat. Let me see if I have that. Well, at least they don't. In the second half of this game, the 3 turnovers were costly. Had 8 points in the second half, 2 of 6 from the field. It's frustrating. And man in the chat's asking, but they still need to shake up this roster. They need two-way wing players. This leads to the second clip I want to play for you. This clip is why this organization is screwed as long as Steve Kerr is in charge. And this clip is from 2 years ago. But I wanted to play it for you again with high quality. This is Bob Myers, former GM of the Golden State Warriors. He resigned his position approximately 2 months after this quote. And he was asked, Bob, are you going to sign some bigs? The tallest player on this team is 6'9". Kevon Looney. And here was Bob's answer. Pay attention.
It's also determinative of how the coaches will use that player. For us to say, here's a big guy, and the coaching staff to say, well, we're not playing that guy. Doesn't matter if he's 7 feet tall or 8 feet tall. It has that any buyout conversation has to be done in collaboration with the coaching staff, because why bring a player in if they're not going to use him? But if there's a player that the coaching staff and the front office thinks can be helpful, absolutely, we'll go target that guy. But not there's a good John Wooden quote. Don't confuse activity for achievement. I don't just want to say, oh, we scoured the buyout market. Here's so and so, and the guy's sitting on the end of the bench. Because for us, it's $3-4 million. I don't know, it's $3 million or something like that, which Joe has done and would do. But that's the conversation with the coaching staff as far as who would play and who's available. It's also
so. And in case you did not follow along there, to summarize, the front office is not going to make moves for players that Steve Kerr will not play. All right, this is a Steve Kerr team and a front office that is doing their best with him as the coach. Not easy, considering how ridiculously peculiar, picky, and biased the man is in terms of who he thinks is a legitimate basketball player. Don't ever forget that he DNP'd Jason Tatum twice in the Olympics. The best player on a world championship team was benched twice in the Olympics. He was previously a gold medal winner. It's not like it was his first Olympics. But no, Steve Kerr does things his way. And everyone enables it. Everybody, except for me. But I'm just one dude, and we're just one channel. Alan Day, welcome to the program. How you doing?
What's going on? Good evening.
Not much. What's up with you?
Man, I'm chill. Trying to take care of my Charlie Brown behind me.
I like it. Better than what I got. I should get something going for the holidays. Anyways, what's on your mind, brother?
Man, I was listening to Armand on your show. Was it on the last time you guys had it? And he spoke to my soul. He said that I mourned this team like 5 years ago. So to watch them do what they do now, it's not even really paying for it all anymore, because I've already mourned. And I felt that so much, because it was about it's been about 5 years ago when I was watching this team, and I was like, okay, I can see it, I know what's going on, I feel it. And so just watching them now, you mentioned how that game, you're not that fearful of OKC, but it's not the fear. It kind of remind me of the golden age Warriors. Like, I was watching that game, and it was no point of that game where I felt like OKC was in trouble. Not at one point. At one point, I mean, SGA came in the game to be what? Well, I guess he's not no longer. He's a prime player, but 28. He came in as a calming force and just walked them down. I mean, Pat Spencer was having a good game until that fourth quarter, and SGA came back in, or whatever Kerr decided to do, and not bring the guys back in who got them the lead, or got them competitive. But at the same time, SGA came in and he just calmly walked them down easily.
I just don't understand why the front office is so afraid of Kerr. Like, why are you so like grow some cojones, man? Call your coach out. He's not the reason you're a 4-time champion. All right, Steph is. Steve played a part in that, no doubt. But this is 3 years and counting of underachievement, nonsensical rotations, dudes, and the amount of money you're paying this guy for this shit, so that he can make these kinds of decisions, so that Buddy Hield can play the vast majority of your fourth quarter minutes while guys with size just rot away on the bench. What is going on here, man? Mike Dunleavy Jr., Joe Lacob, grow some goddamn balls. Call your coach up and call out his nonsense. I can tell you this for a fact from everything I've heard behind the scenes. Kerr, when he gets called out, and sometimes it happens, he sits there, and this is the way it's been described to me. Like, his face changes when he hears logic, and he comes to realizations, and he actually rolls with it. It's just he doesn't come to these realizations himself, right? Like, for example, Andre Iguodala starting in Game 4 of the NBA Finals in 2015. That was Nick Wren, right? The video producer at the time, video coordinator at the time, who came up with that idea. That's just one of many examples. He just needs to be checked, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Check your boy. Joe, check your goddamn boy, man. This is embarrassing. Sorry.
I can't just sit here and just assume that it's just Kerr, man. I kind of believe those guys are more aligned than we think they are. You know
Which guy? What do you mean?
I'm talking about Kerr, GM, and ownership. I personally, I said this before, I personally believe Steve Kerr is the real president of basketball, the unofficial president of basketball operation. I believe that Dunleavy is damn near an intern. I don't think he's moving or shaking.
You're not that far
behind.
off, but except he's an intern to Joe, not to Steve. I've never gotten a clear answer, and I don't know if anybody knows outside of Steve and Joe themselves how close or how distant the relationship is with Steve and Joe. That's always been one of my great mysteries that I still have not truly resolved. Like, I don't know how often those two communicate. I don't know if Joe Lacob ever kind of, reminds Steve who his boss is. Like, I don't know what that relationship is. You're right. For all we know, well, I don't know if you're right, but you might be onto something in the sense that maybe Steve and Joe are very lockstep, right? And for example, Kuminga, remember Gilbert Arenas over a year ago was on his show talking about how the Warriors were intentionally butchering Kuminga's minutes and his usage so that they could lower his contractual value. I mean, that's some conspiracy shit, very cynical take. But when you see on a day-by-day basis how these youngsters are treated, I don't know, maybe. I mean, we don't know. Like, no one knows what the Steve Kerr, Joe Lacob dichotomy is. Like, I have no idea how close or how distant they are, but maybe they are very close. I don't know. But the Kuminga part of it also makes me think that they're not entirely lockstep, because Joe Lacob also really loved James Wiseman. And every interview he's ever given, he said, I listen to my basketball people. I went against what I wanted because I trust them. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's just a stay in your lane type of guy. Because how many owners are out there who we criticize, like the Jerry Jones types, who meddle, who make all the decisions themselves? Like, Joe does at least try to step back, and from a public perception wise, based on his attributions and what he said, that's the impression I get, is that Joe just steps back and believes in people staying in their lane and doing their jobs. And I don't know for sure. I have no idea what the relationship is there, but this is ridiculous, man.
Well, speaking of podcasts, I was watching Jeff Teague maybe a few days ago, and he mentioned that when he was playing with some team, he was like, organization sent a message down saying that, listen, you're only getting 16 minutes a game, so whatever you do, fire off. Because I don't care if you get 30 in those 16, you're only getting 16, because this is the direction we're going as a franchise. And so when it comes to Jonathan Kuminga, he came back the other day, he got 15 or 16 minutes. Today, he got about 15 or 16 minutes. I tweeted you when you were like, hey, bring JK back in. I was like, no, this is a business decision. He's not coming back in because this is organizational. You know what I mean? They're not bringing him back because he probably knows that he's only getting a certain amount of minutes a game until he's
Yeah. Alan, we have a lot of people waiting. Any final thoughts?
All right.
Oh, sorry, you cut out there for a second. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Man. No. It's all good. It's all good. But don't expect that much from JK until he's traded. He's not going to get that many minutes. He's not going to get any shots. 8 or 9 shots will be what he'll get. 15 or so minutes will be what he get until he's moved.
At this point, I hope that's what's going on. I really do, because that's the only thing that would make logical sense is that they held him out tonight because they want to keep him injury free. The Giannis news, I don't know if you saw that, Alan. Like, Giannis scrubbing his social media platforms, and normally you don't take that too seriously, but I looked into it just to see more specifically what the local media and what the local journalists in Milwaukee were saying about it, because if they're taking it seriously, then I'm going to at least think there's something to it. And yeah, they took it seriously. Like they wrote a whole story, kind of like their version of the SF Chronicle did a whole story about it, like saying that it was rather unusual. In case you folks aren't following this, Giannis Antetokounmpo scrubbed his Instagram account of all pictures. There's only like 12 or 13 remaining, and the only Bucks related pictures that are remaining are from the 2021 championship, and then I think the 23 or 24 NBA Cup that they won, and that's it. And I think that represents 2 pictures. Now they did say that that some years back he entirely deleted his Twitter account and he deleted his I think his Instagram account, or at least deactivated it and then brought it back. But they seem to make a big point that this was not the norm. And that followed a loss to the Wizards. Yeah. I say all that because look, if Giannis is in the picture, then great, right? I mean, shit. I mean, JK, nice knowing you, man. But if the Warriors don't have a plan, if Kuminga is not going to be traded for something that excites us and turns into positive results, what the hell are we doing here? And I'm not optimistic about that outcome because JK has been treated like this for 2-3 years now. 4 years. I'm sorry. Like it's embarrassing. It's absolutely it's embarrassing. Alan, have a great night, brother. How's law school? You doing good?
Things. Yeah, I had my last class of crim today, so it's time to prep for finals. But let me say this, Si. Let me say this before I go. It's zero chance that Giannis come to the Bay. Zero. That's not happening.
Why do you say that? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just curious why you say that.
Because, well, number one, I don't care. Some people may say, okay, JK signed a 2-year deal. He signed a 1-year deal. Okay, he signed a 1-year inflated deal, and whoever trade for him, you better be damn sure confident that you'll be able to extend him.
Well, there's a second year that's a team option, so
that's what I'm saying. Don't even look at that team option because no team is going to trade for Jonathan Kuminga and allow him to play on the team option. He's not, that team option will not see the time of the day, not even the Warriors, because if it gets to the summer and they're going to try to do something, because if they find out that this guy have no plan on extending with them or extending with the team that they're thinking about trading him to, then they're screwed, and whoever trade for him is screwed. This kid,
unless he says he'll sign an extension with that team, right?
Exactly.
And that might be possible too. Like he might be okay with the Bucks. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. But I believe he would probably want to get to free agency as soon as possible. But I'm out of here. Take it easy.
All right, brother. Alan, have a great night. I can tell you this with certainty as well. All Kuminga wants to do is play. And if you follow this show long enough, I'm pretty connected with his camp. All he wants to do is play. That's it. And Kerr won't even do that. Ishan, and then Derek. Ishan, how are you doing? And again, I'm just going chronologically. I don't know if people in the green room can see the order. In case you're unfamiliar, I'll tell you right now what the order is. It's Ishan, Derek, Quentin, I think, right? Quentin, you're Fire, Kerr, Trey Dre, / Twin Empire, No Sleep, and Amos. Oh, I love that we're going to finish up with Amos, the voice of magic. But Ishan, you're on right now, joining us from the Dub C. How you doing?
We got a lot of people wanting to voice their opinions tonight.
Yeah. I mean, frustrating game.
I knew this game was over like at halftime, but like the line at halftime was like Thunder 20.5, and I took that, right? And funny enough, the Thunder ended up covering anyways.
Did they? Wait, not 20 and a half.
Yeah, no, not 20 and a half, but they covered the initial 11 and a half.
Well, FanDuel had it at 12. I love that you brought that up. FanDuel had this game as the Thunder minus 12. Final score 124-112. It's insane how on it they are, man. I never ceases to amaze me. I have so much respect for the statisticians, the doctors, if you will, because most of these people have actual PhDs in statistics who set these lines. They are geniuses, sir, masters of probabilities. So you won though, or you lost? It sounds like you lost.
I won. No, I won. The 20 and a half they covered at the halftime spread.
Oh, good. Congratulations. Nice.
Yeah, it was only like $50, but it's all good.
What were your thoughts about the game?
I honestly, sorry, I don't know what to say. I still didn't think that the Warriors had any chance of winning this game, even when they were up like 3 or 4 points, because the Thunder just look different to me. I know they don't really scare you, but they scare me. I'm not gonna.
Let me make something very clear, because the way you said that, it makes me sound like I'm just like treating the Thunder like they're a lottery team. I have tremendous respect for them. All right, like they are a borderline juggernaut. This could be the start of a dynasty for all we know. Well, all I'm trying to say here is the Warriors do match up against certain teams very well. I wasn't sure how they were going to match up against the Spurs, but after watching that first game, the Spurs immediately, in terms of a fear factor, that was gone after that first game, because their entire model is the Warriors model, except the Warriors don't have a Wemby, but the Warriors do have someone who can defend a Wemby in Draymond Green, and then San Antonio basically plays 4 guards around Wemby. And the Thunder, Chet Holmgren, I don't know where, side note, Isaiah Hartenstein did not play tonight, and I think that did make a difference. But because when Hartenstein plays, the Thunder bully the Warriors far more easily than what we saw tonight. But without Hartenstein, the Thunder are a lot like the Warriors too, man. None of these guys are like big, imposing, physical individuals. And this is also why I was so frustrated that Kuminga did not get any run in the fourth quarter, because the Thunder are an ideal matchup for him. He typically plays well against OKC, but Steve Kerr is Steve Kerr. And there you go. I just think the Warriors, OKC has 27 of the NBA's 30 teams numbers. Denver's one exception. I'm fascinated to see what will likely be the Western Conference Finals between OKC and Denver. But the Warriors last year won the season series, and tonight was an example of why I think the Warriors would have a shot if they played each other in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. With that said, look, man, OKC is unbelievable. What's their record now after tonight? It's they improved. The OKC Thunder improved after this game to 21-1. I never in my life imagined the Warriors' 73 win record being in jeopardy, yet it is. That's insane. FanDuel, now I'm curious to see if you can bet on that. Go ahead. Do you have anything else you want to think about while I look up real quickly what the odds are for OKC to break the all-time win record? Because I'm going to look that up. I found it already. Do you want to take a guess?
At the win totals?
The odds that FanDuel has placed on OKC to win 74 games this year. Just take a guess.
200.
What is it? What's your guess again? Did I lose you?
Plus 200. Can you not hear me?
Oh, you're back now. Plus 200? Oh, Sean, I think we lost you, man. Derek, you're coming on next. Oh, look, Derek from Vegas. Been a second, brother. The odds, if you want to bet on OKC to break the all-time wins record, plus 520 are the current odds. Meaning you bet 100, you will win back 520. That is very realistic, because there are very few teams in this association that could beat OKC. Again, Denver's one of them. I'm curious how Houston handles them. I know they already played once, or twice maybe even, but in a postseason 7-game series, that is some riveting shit. And I think the Warriors have a shot, man. I really do. And you can call that crazy. I get it. But hopefully tonight, maybe gave you a glimpse of why I believe that, coupled with the fact that, they won the season series last year 2-1. The one loss, Steph did not play, and Kuminga nearly led the Warriors to a win in that one, but Steve Kerr didn't think Kuminga was worthy tonight. Derek, joining us from Vegas, one of the most buff dudes on the planet. How you doing, man? It's been too long.
Doing well, Cyrus. And I hate to break it to you, but this is news that you do not know. Steve Kerr got to go.
Stop it. Am I subscribed to your channel? I just want to make sure I am.
Me and you two don't get along so well, and I just got to start. I started off with a brand new YouTube channel.
Oh, why?
Yeah. It's for reasons that shouldn't be discussed on this channel.
Fair enough. Do you want to promote it right now or no? Or do you want to just go right straight to the word?
Let's do it. It's bodybuilding and nerds. It's a brand new channel. If you guys want nerd content mixed with a little bit of bodybuilding, that would be the channel for you. If not, that's okay, because we are all about the Warriors.
Bodybuilding and nerds?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead. What's your take? And I'll try to find it while you're speaking.
Well, I have a question for you, because I was watching this game on and off while I was working out, because I already knew that we was going to lose. Did Quentin Post play?
Yeah. And I thought he had a decent game. I'm glad you brought him up, because I don't know if you remember the moment in this game when Quentin Post was so fired up that GP2 was talking to him, and Quentin Post started yelling at him. And GP2, you can see him going, okay, big guy, like kind of, doing like the take it easy. I don't know what was going on there, but Post was super fired up. You're right. I barely mentioned him. I thought he had a decent game, finished the night. Let me look up his minutes here to see what he actually did. 18 minutes, 17 seconds, one field goal attempt. It was a 3 that he made. He added 3 rebounds. I thought he had good minutes. I mean, he was one of a handful of players who had a positive net rating. There's the only players tonight. There were only 2 players on the Warriors who had a positive net rating. 3 of them, I'm sorry. Quentin Post, +6. Moses Moody, +2. And Jonathan Kuminga, +3.
And how many minutes did all 3 of those players get? Around 15 minutes, 17 minutes?
Well, I want to look more specifically in the fourth quarter, how many minutes they got, because the fourth quarter is where it counts the most. Fourth quarter minutes. Moses Moody played 1 minute. Quentin Post played 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Jonathan Kuminga did not play in the fourth quarter. I like where you went with this, man. That was a nice little revealing glimpse into the game. Good stuff. I found your channel, by the way. I think let me show this to everyone. If you want to subscribe, I'll subscribe right now as well. Derek is a friend of the program, Golden Dazer. And this is his new YouTube channel, Bodybuilding and Nerds. We're subscribed. And folks, if you don't mind going out there, what is your channel about, Derek?
It's about what it says. If you're a nerd, if you like comic books, if you like collectibles, if you like toys, and if you want to get buff at the same time, this is the channel for you.
I love it. We got some paid chats here, Derek. While I have you, we could go through these together. And we'll hear from Draymond Green in a second. He was at the podium a moment ago. I definitely want to hear from Dre. Kuna Locks, I hope I got your name right, dropping $4.99. Thank you, sir or miss. Writing, sucks that JK is not empowered to go to the rim, but forced to play on the perimeter. He's trying to just appease Kerr and isn't looking to do his thing. Absolutely right. I saw some people on the socials tonight mentioning that Kuminga looks like he's in his head. I don't agree with that sentiment. What Kuminga looks like is someone who just can't win with Kerr. He's literally trying to do everything Steve Kerr wants him to do. He's not playing his own game. I don't think he looks lost out there. I think he's just doing what he's instructed to do, and he can win. If he plays his own game, Kerr gets pissed off and benches him. If he does what Kerr wants, the results are as expected, and Kerr just clearly doesn't like this kid, man. It's like this is what I don't get, among many things. If you're Steve Kerr and you have the influence with his front office, why did you not just tell them to trade him? Like if you're gonna play these games, why give the green light to re-sign him? You know what I'm saying? What's going on here, dude? Do you get it? I don't. What's going on here? It's madness. Another $4.99. Also from Kuna Locks. Thank you. Writing, it matters because Kuminga could be scoring and making an impact, but he's not. He's connecting and watching bums try to score. Side note, Moses Moody can't defend a chair. I'll actually we can agree to disagree on Moody as a defender. I like him as a defensive player, even though I don't think tonight was a great example of that, but his wingspan, his 7'1", 7'2" wingspan, whatever it is, it does bring value, and he's often logging a lot of steals and blocks for a dude that plays the guard position, but I hear you on that. And Kuna, your voice is heard, especially with Kuminga. It's asinine the way he's being used or not being used, however we want to describe that. Derek, how's life in Vegas, man? You doing okay?
Vegas is awesome, Cyrus. I'm at the strip club at least 4 times a week.
Shut up. Are you're kidding, right?
My life away. I'm partying. I'm at the club talking to all of the pretty young white girls, and it's just amazing, Cyrus.
It's so full of shit,
joking.
dude. I know you are. I mean, look, the occasional visit to the strip club, nothing wrong with that. 4 days a week, you might be pushing it.
But that's what you think of when you think of Vegas, right? You just think of just balls to the wall, let loose. It's party time,
The Strip, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Strip is kind of like what Bourbon Street is to New Orleans. Like, if you're a tourist, that's the touristy thing to do. Like the Hard Rock was my favorite spot, and I think they closed down. Is that correct?
Right.
I love that. That was my go-to. And then right across the street was Cheetahs. I don't know if that's still there, but I like in my heyday, I've been to Vegas, I think 8 or 9 times, and that was my routine. Hard Rock, because they had the best tables, the best scene. I went there once for Christmas. I brought it up on the show some days ago, where nobody was there but I ended up partying with like Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider, who on another occasion I had dinner with him and Rick Barry, and this was before Rob Schneider went off the deep end. Jamie Foxx. This was when the movie Ali was out. I remember that vividly, and I ended up playing craps with Jamie, and then we went to grab drinks afterwards. It's because there's no inhibitions. The crowds are so minimal during Christmas, and then the Hard Rock closed. Man, I was really bummed about that. But sorry to talk so much about Vegas. Any final thoughts?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is Quentin Post in the top 10 when it comes to defensive rating?
I have no clue. I don't look at defensive rating. Why?
Another podcaster brought that up, and if he's in the top 10, why is he only getting 17 minutes, especially against the Thunder, who has the highest offensive rating? It's mind-boggling to know that we can all look at tape, we can all look and see what's working, and then Steve Kerr completely goes away from that, and it goes to what doesn't work. And I'm like, does he not see this on film? Like, is his ego so high that he can't see his own mistakes? It's just really frustrating. And it's like what Armand said. Armand said before the season started, he said, championship team, play in coaching.
Desiree confirms what you said, that Quentin Post is, in fact, in the top 10 in defensive net rating. Quentin Post, I believe, is second on the team in individual net rating, for whatever that's worth. I mean, but I did see that the other day, which was interesting. I also thought it was interesting that Brandon Podziemski's net rating was nearly identical to Stephen Curry's, and Steph this year is like 5th on the team in net rating. I think he's only like a +8 or some anemic number, and there's Podziemski right behind him, which again goes to show in terms of these individual net ratings. It's why I try to tell people repeatedly, not an objective stat, not representative of reality, because there's 5 people on that court. So when Brandon Podziemski is getting these insane like net rating numbers, look at who he's on the court with. And when you actually study that, you'll see that Podziemski almost always is playing with Steph, Draymond, and or Jimmy Butler, and that's why he keeps getting these insanely good net rating numbers. Now, the fact that Quentin Post is pulling that this year, it's interesting. I definitely want to look into that some more to get a better understanding of why that is. And Desiree also adding that Post is 4th in the NBA. You just said 10th. I don't know what's going on there. But Desi, you got someone pushing back on you hard. Curry Flurry dropping $4.99, saying that Desiree's the type of dude. I love this. Just people dropping ducats to talk shit. Desiree's the type of dude that cries all season that Kuminga needs rebounds, but when Kuminga gets the rebounds, he says no, he needs offensive power. In other words, accusing Desiree of just of being a fan who will never be satisfied with Kuminga. And Kuminga tonight, by the way, in terms of rebounds, his numbers as a whole, I'll just read those real fast because I don't think I've covered that yet. Jonathan Kuminga, 15 minutes, 49 seconds tonight. The putback slam on Seth Curry's one miss. Seth, who was fantastic. And again, that's the silver lining of this game is Seth Curry has arrived. Again, why we had to wait until December to see him, explain that one to me. But Seth had one miss in the entire game. And Jonathan Kuminga got the offensive rebound, slammed it home. That was part of the third quarter rally. And Kuminga rewarded for that with the DNP in the fourth quarter. Finishes the game 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 3 from deep. And he added 7 boards in just 15 minutes. That's actually a really good number. 8 points to go along with that. The 7 rebounds, second on the team behind Draymond Green's 9 for the night. Not a bad night overall. I know with the 3 of 10 from the field is not good, but I know like he had. Do you remember 10 field goal attempts from Kuminga? I don't remember that many.
This is sad.
Stats blow me away. Like I watched this entire game beginning to end. I don't have 10 field goal attempts from Kuminga in my memory, but I could also be. It could also be because I'm a stoner. I don't know. Derek, anything else before we get to? We got 4 more people waiting in the chat, and
this is just sad. This is sad. It's just sad. We're pulling up more information on Jonathan Kuminga only getting 15 minutes and how productive he was. It's just like, but then you want to waste all those minutes on Buddy Hield, and it's just sad, Cyrus.
It is. Agreed.
We have a championship quality team. I can see us winning every single game, but Steve Kerr just constantly tugs and pulls, and it's like he sees what works and he got to go away from it. And it's sad. It's literally the saddest thing that I can think of next to Suzanne, who I dated in the 8th grade, that broke my heart. I mean, it's literally the saddest thing that is happening.
I know
you're
you're on one tonight because there's no chance in hell an 8th grade girl is going to break your heart in reality. I'm sure it stung. But I don't think you're going to be haunted by an 8th grade romance failing. That is still funny. Maybe I'm wrong with that. Please tell me you're kidding.
You will be surprised, Cyrus, what an 8th grade girl can do to a young.
Well, let me ask you this: did you know that girl like for years after, and you kept trying to get her back? Is that why the heartbreak stings today?
Absolutely. She said, "Look, there's that creepy guy in the corner staring at me," and I'm like, "I'm not creepy. I'm a normal human being. Give me a chance."
I know. Dating's rough, man.
And I actually didn't date her. I went to sleep dreaming about dating her in the 8th grade.
Oh, so she didn't even give you a shot.
Yeah. No.
That's
she doesn't know who I am, Cyrus. That's why it still haunts me. Yes, I added her on Facebook, and she's married right now. And I'm like, damn it, that should be me.
Are you rooting for divorce?
Yes, I am. But first, I need her to reply to one of my messages because I'm still getting ghosted, and she doesn't answer back. So,
what's her name? You've already gone this far. You might as well go like bat 1,000. What's her name? Drop it.
Suzanne McFarland.
So if anyone knows Suzanne McFarland out there, let her know her soulmate right here is still waiting.
Absolutely.
There's a classic novel about that, about a man who just waits forever for a soulmate and finally it does. I forgot what the book is. It's like a Ethan Hawke, Ethan Hawke played the character in the movie version. Anyways, I'm forgetting the name of the title. It's Kay Hunna. Kay Hunna Locks wanted me to know that in terms of how to pronounce his name or her name. Sorry if I'm getting the gender wrong, but Kay Hunna. Sorry about that. Hopefully got that correct. And Derek, you're on fire tonight, brother. I don't know what I'll say. You're just ripping them left and right. Bravo. Good stuff. Any final thoughts?
No, hopefully we'll get some Chardell at the end of the night.
We'll see. Derek, brother, it was great to see you, man. Make it a more regular thing. I'm seeing you far too infrequently when our program needs more doses of Derek. Well, please come back more frequently, will you?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Thank you. Have a great night. That's Derek from Vegas. That was awesome. Let's hear from Draymond Green. He was at the podium for a very long time. Side note, while I dig up that quote or that clip, Steve Kerr did mention as well that the Warriors' upcoming 3-game road trip will not include Stephen Curry. And that's probably for good reason, because the Warriors are going to embark on a 3-game road trip. It starts Thursday in Philly, and then they play a back-to-back Saturday and Sunday in Cleveland and in Chicago. And then they're going to have another 4 days off before they play Minnesota next Friday at home as an NBA Cup consolation game. So this gives Steph a ton of time to slowly work his way back, less rigor on the body over an 82-game season. But Seth Curry is available, and D'Anthony Melton, we might be expecting him on this 3-game road trip. That's some of the conversation. So, but let's hear from Draymond Green. Draymond, I'm seeing some clips about him talking about his son, Draymond Jr., who was at the bench tonight. I don't know if you had a chance to watch some of the pregame festivities on Peacock or NBC. But Dre Jr., who we haven't seen much of in years, and I explained this. This has been exclusively reported on Golden Days, that the morning of the Draymond Green punch, cold cocking Jordan Poole, he had found out that morning that he lost custody of Dre Jr. So, and we haven't seen him since. Now, the fact that he's back, that's a great sign. And it's crazy how much he's grown in these 2-3 years since he's been away. So I'm saying the reason why I bring all that up, besides the fact that I'm a family values guy. I love, to me, family is what it's all about. So to see Dre Jr. back, that alone is really cool. And then, but I don't want to play a clip of that. I mean, I want to hear like analysis. Well, here's one. This is a really short one. This is courtesy of 95.7 The Game. And then I'll play a long one right after this. But this is a 6-second clip of Draymond being asked, how did it feel to lose tonight?
Draymond, do you take any moral victory from it? No.
All right. So he was asked more specifically, do you take was tonight a moral victory? One more time.
Draymond, do you take any moral victory from it? No.
Respect. And then one more from Dre. Well, this is a longer one. And then we'll get to who's next. Who's waiting? Quentin, whose handle is Fire Kerr Trade Draymond. And then we'll hear from Seth Curry, who also addressed the podium. This is courtesy of Kenzo Fukuda of Clutch Points. And this clip is Draymond Green explaining what went wrong during the Thunder's 18-5 run, which closed this game in the fourth quarter. Now, in a perfect world, Dre would have come out and said, because Steve Kerr's a moron and he plays hobbits, but Draymond is loyal to Kerr and will never say something like that. But let's hear from him anyways. This is Draymond Green. Apologies. No, not that one. That's weird looking. I didn't know I could do that. Have the screen like that next to me. Well, let's try it like that. What the hell? Here's Draymond explaining what went wrong in the closing minutes of tonight's loss.
Close the game. What sort of happened in that stretch to?
We missed a couple shots. I think we turned a couple over, but we gave up a few threes in that run. We gave up the open one to Isaiah Joe, and that was my fault. I called the double team on Shea to get the ball out of Shea hand, and it was so random. And I don't think the guys were ready for the proper rotation. So, if I'm going to call out there for the double team, for guys to go double, and I see the guys not make that last rotation, I need to make all the effort that I can to go from that other block and get there, at least try to get a contest. So, I think that one was the killer more than anything.
Close the game. What sort of happened in that?
One more time, please.
We missed a couple shots. I think we turned a couple over, but we gave up a few threes in that run. We gave up the open one to Isaiah Joe, and that was my fault. I called the double team on Shea to get the ball out of Shea hand, and it was so random. And I don't think the guys are ready for the proper rotation. So, if I'm going to call out there for the double team, for guys to go double, and I see the guys not make that last rotation, I need to make all the effort that I can to go from that other block and get there, at least try to get a contest. So I think that one was the killer more than anything.
And Draymond Green taking culpability for at least part of that late game collapse, referencing an Isaiah Joe 3 where Dre apparently did not call out the proper switch. And we've seen that occasionally this season where Dre will jump so fast to those switches that it sometimes leaves a man wide open. I think that's what he's referring to there. Draymond on the night played 28 minutes, 51 seconds, 5 of 11 from the field, 3 of 8 from deep, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 13 points, yet was a team worst minus 17 in net rating. Jimmy Butler was second worst at minus 13. That is not the norm. Draymond Green entered tonight's game the team leader in net rating. Curious if tonight's minus 13 is going to tank that considerably, but that was Draymond Green for you. And now let's bring on a man whose handle is exceptional. He goes by Fire Kerr, Trade Draymond. We know him as Quentin. How you doing, brother? If you're there.
I don't know who the hell Quentin is. My name Cam.
My bad.
But...
My bad. I'm sorry that there's two
nah,
of you.
You good. You good.
Two of you. I'm sorry. Okay. Forgive me for that. Well, what is your name? So I hopefully don't make that mistake again. Cam.
I'm the one who the sign. That's me.
You're a hero, sir. You are.
I'm telling you, when I get some bread to be sitting behind Kerr, y'all gonna see me on TV talking that shit. I'm gonna keep it real respectful, but Kerr gonna know that small ball shit don't work. I'm gonna be yelling it all game.
People need to know who you are. So real quick. So NBC Sports, who carries Warriors games locally, and they have like a studio in the Thrive City area, right? And so when the Warriors are playing home games, that studio features. It used to have Chris Mullen in there. Who knows where Chris went? He was one of the only good things about that panel. They still have Festus Ezeli, but that's the only person that I'm going to sit here to endorse on that program. That's entirely besides the point. You sit there, or you were holding a sign during those broadcasts that said "Fire Kerr," and they banned you. Is that correct?
No, I was saying the 95.7 had banned me for calling talking about Kerr. They didn't ban me from the stadium or nothing. That was the 95.7 the game. Like I used to call in the radio all the time, and I said some shit about Kerr.
Like why is the sign not out there anymore? Did you just get tired of it?
Oh no, I just ain't been out there. I was on my break at work. I went there on my break at work. I went and got some cardboard. I got a pen from Safeway. Like, can I borrow this pen real quick? And went down there on my break. I can't keep doing this, This shit is crazy. And the fans, half the fan base is something wrong with their brain. They like, why are you blaming Kerr? Why you keep bringing up Kerr? Because Kerr is the reason. Kerr is the one who picks who's out there. Kerr is the one who picks the lineups and the rotations. Kerr is the one that take people out when they hot. Seth Curry came in, hit a nice jumper, hit a nice 3, then Kerr took him out. I know he's tired. He's still getting his game speed up, but he could have been out there way more at way more critical points, focused on him. When he was in the game, he was creating a lot of gravity, a lot of space. They was trying to get him. So it's the stuff Kerr do. JK was playing an all right game.
Yeah,
he was making an impact. In the third quarter when we had that comeback, him, Post, and Seth was on the floor doing their thing. Kerr take him out for the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Take Moody out. But when Buddy, Pods, and GP2 mess up, it don't matter. Y'all gonna get 12 minutes guaranteed. It don't make no sense. Never made sense for GP2 to get the contract over Seth in the first place. Like the stuff Kerr do, I think we could have won at least 2 championships after the last one in 22. But Kerr playing who he wants to play is a detriment to us every single time. And nobody wants to call it out. Why do we got 4 guards out there? Why did JK play center the other day? Why is Jimmy out there messing up his body, playing power forward, playing center at times because he want to play 3-4 guard lineups? Come on, man. It don't make no sense. He wanted Al Horford so bad when he is trash at the moment. It sounded good, but it is not looking good.
It makes no sense. And this NBA media scene is so culpable in enabling this behavior. It's insane. It's like, look, I'll say this, man. Steve Kerr, before he became head coach of the Golden State Warriors, was a color commentator on TNT, right? And he was a media darling. It's why he got the job. And before that, he was the GM of the Suns. And I think he got that gig after he was a broadcaster as well. What I'm trying to say is he's a charming dude. He speaks very eloquently. He's also media savvy, like people in the media scene, like the national folks, right? Like the Bill Simmons of the world, people like that. Like they're texting him and regularly and back and forth. Like Kerr, this is what Kerr does. Like he has schmoozed over and worked over the vast majority of this media scene, so none of them either want to criticize him or they're just blinded, man. They're blinded by his appeal. He reminds me of like one of these God, I'm starting to make this religious, but bear with me for 1 second. Like the Mormon religion, right? The guy who started it was Joseph Smith, correct? And if you actually read about this guy, South Park did like a whole a theatrical run on it. I think they even did a movie, the Book of Mormon, right? Or at least it was a theater run, and they did an episode because the story is batshit crazy in terms of how the Mormon religion even came into existence. It became a thing entirely because Joseph Smith was a charming, charismatic son of a bitch. Like when the dude speaks, people listen and they're kind of like enamored. And Steve Kerr has that level of charisma where he just wins rooms over. Like he wins people over. But look, if you're getting,
and he's so savvy because when they ask him a tough question, he makes a joke, make people laugh, and they just forget about the question.
Like,
they never follow up.
Like,
he always runs
asked,
around
right?
the question.
Like you heard when I asked him that question about all the rotations, and he calls it, he goes, "I'm a socialist," and everyone's laughing, and like even I'm sitting there going like, "Jesus Christ, man!" Like and it's just he's brilliant at this shit. But and it's why I constantly am calling out the other media people. It's like, dude, you're someone is literally giving you a check to cover this team, and your coverage is. It's never Steve Kerr's fault. Like I can
understand like the people that work with the Warriors, like, okay, you can't really bash them because they your boss. But these other people that's not tied to the Warriors, y'all can keep it real. Be a journalist. Like journalism is dead. I know because they probably be doing things, killing people and stuff to keep it real. But this is basketball. It's not that serious.
Look, you're right. And NBC Sports Bay Area, media partners of the Warriors practically own them. So there is, keep that in mind when you hear anything from NBC Sports Bay Area, right? Their broadcasters are paid by the team, not by the network, at least for the most part. You look at, I guess that it's them. But then when you look at the beat reporters from the San Francisco Chronicle, and the Mercury News, which is a part of BANG, Bay Area News Group, like you're not paid by the Warriors. Like you're supposed to be impartial. You're supposed to be neutral. And you've seen and the Sanders, one of the newer ones. And you've seen these people on the show. Like Danny Emmerman was on the show, and he called this, and he was looking at the chat and hearing me and going, man, like this is so extreme. Like from his perspective, that's how it is. The Athletics, another one too. Like. You're supposed to be impartial, but these guys are in bed with the Warriors, man. It's sad. It's a very sad state of affairs, and the people suffering for it are the fans who actually pay attention to the nuance because they see the bullshit going on, and we're the only program calling it out. That's it. It's really crazy. I don't want to be that. I don't take this is not pleasurable for me.
I can't understand how the players is not speaking up on it.
What's up?
I said I can't understand how the players is just letting this stuff happen. Like, I get Curry, you're a nice guy, but he's ruining your career. You could be so much greater. You could have so much more as prestige in this league. I like Jimmy. I thought I liked the Jimmy signing when it initially happened because I said Jimmy gonna end up putting his hands on Kerr. Jimmy gonna speak up, but I know he want to play the good role at the moment. He kind of is calling Kerr out, saying, "Why are we running this stuff when Steph is not in the game?" Steph is amazing, so I understand we could do it when Steph is on the floor. But when Steph is out the game, when Steph not playing, why are we running the same offense that barely even worked? They know what we gonna do. Why are you letting Draymond control the offense when Jimmy is right there? Okay, if Draymond got to be butthurt, let him be butthurt. He is. As soon as Draymond came back in the game tonight, that's when we start losing again. he messes up the flow of the game because he's playing that traffic cop. He did do
Let me
kind of
ask you
good
this.
hitting those threes tonight. But at the end of the
Cam,
day,
let me ask you
give
this.
Jimmy the ball.
No, you're spot on. Armando Laura, who joins me every Friday for happy hour, giving you props, saying, you know what's up. Cam, one thing I've been noticing, and I don't know what your thoughts are on this, and I don't think I'm the only one who's noticing this. GP2 seems to fill the Dre role really nicely. Are you noticing that too, or is it just me?
He does. At the same time, yeah, he do fit the Draymond role because they both can't make layups. Like, but at the same time, GP2 could do his thing at certain times. He'll play really good. He didn't do bad tonight, even though he did miss a couple bunnies. But
I said that mainly because I don't feel like you need to have both of them on the court together. When GP2 comes,
just like you don't need Pods and Spence on the court at the same time.
That too. There's just a lot of screwy combinations here. I'm curious. Like is Jerry Stackhouse just saying yes, sir? Is Terry Stotts just saying yes, sir? Like Chris DeMarco's already
they
out.
Have to be,
like he had the job of the New
you've
York
seen
Liberty,
what happened when us was running the offense last year. We went like 12-3.
Yeah. And then Steve Kerr was like, no, that's enough.
And Stotts, and then Kerr was like, no, we to my shit.
Oh, you're cutting out. We're losing you.
They gotta speak up.
Cam, you're on fire. Any final thoughts? Because your connection's starting to fade on us, man. Before we let you go. All right, we lost him. Cam, you were fantastic. Thank you so much. I hope we see you with the sign again soon. Making Bonte Hill, the big oafish bully, uncomfortable holding that sign next to him. The same Bonte Hill who calls anyone who thinks Steve Kerr is doing more damage than good stupid. That's literally what he said. Among a lot of really unethical, just vile things he does off the air, but I'll leave it at that. That was funny. Let's hear from one of the bright sides of tonight, and that's Seth Curry, Steph's brother. Folks, I've been telling you for a while, this is good news. The Seth Curry edition is awesome. And I don't know if it's better, it's different, but I'm also excited for DeAnthony Melton coming back. These are upgrades. The only way this is not going to work out is if DeAnthony Melton and Seth Curry are eating into Kuminga and Moody's minutes and not Buddy Hield's and Brandon Pajemski's minutes. That's where it almost is going to be like an even it's going to be an even shot. Like it's not much of a win if these two additions who should be awesome are simply eating minutes into the size and athleticism of your team. That's where it can be shitty. But nonetheless, Seth was awesome tonight, our FanDuel player of the game. And let's hear from him. This is courtesy of Sam Gordon of the San Francisco Chronicle, who was on this show once not that long ago, and I asked him to say just one bad thing about Steve Kerr, and he couldn't do it. True story. You can go back and watch that if you don't believe me. And here is Seth Curry talking about his first game as a member of the Warriors. Let me get this set up again. How did I do this? No, not that. There we go. That. Here is Seth. And you might want to turn the volume up on your devices a little bit. This is coming from a cell phone audio device.
Felt normal, felt natural. I was a little nervous. I didn't know how I would feel when I got out there. Just like you said, it's probably been 7-8 months since I played a game. But like I said, once we got up and down a couple of times, it was basketball. And, I mean, nothing new. Team. We found a way to play offensively that will help everybody out, and especially without Jimmy out there, we figured some stuff out to get some good offense, some good shots, and we just couldn't close it out tonight. It felt normal.
Oops, sorry. So Seth Curry saying it felt good, it felt natural. Like experiencing it for the first time all over again. Slash. I like that handle. Have you been on the show before? Are you there, Slash?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, you're here. Welcome.
Yeah. No, I've been watching your show for a couple of weeks now, so
welcome.
I'm new to all this, but I wanted to say that I saw tonight's game, and I saw what was the game before tonight?
Who the Warriors played last? I can't. It's sad that I can't remember either. It was the Pelicans on Saturday.
Did we win or did we lose that?
We won that. The Warriors won that game because
Okay,
it was the
so-
Pelicans.
So this is just my above thinking of the whole situation. I think we have enough to win a championship. I do, right? I think the problem is the rotations, right? And I just think there are certain players that are just out there sort of timid, right? Like Kuminga was playing a little timid tonight, and I'm like, yo, just go, right? And he's so in his head, and you can see it.
Until
And
the
it's
third
just-
quarter. I thought the first half,
Yeah.
the aggression was not there. And then but the third quarter, I thought he really stepped up.
And
But
then-
I feel you.
We make the comeback, right? We're in the lead, and then it's a whole platoon swap. And I'm like, but these people, like, what is going on,
Yeah.
right? And I'm a common sense person when it comes to basketball and people getting time and rest and all those things. Seth Curry was amazing, right? Incredible. First game, incredible. But I really feel like this game in particular, Kerr just, I don't know. It's like he knew we were going to win and was like, no, we can't win this game. Why not? If we had won this game, the momentum, the morale, the team spirit, the energy, the vibes would have been high.
Yeah. Slash, do you mind listening to another Draymond clip with me?
No, go ahead. Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead.
So this is Draymond, and this time he's asked, what did the team learn in the second half, if anything, playing against OKC? I'm curious to hear what his answer is.
About this group in that second half, you didn't have Jimmy, you didn't have Steph, and so many different guys contributed in different ways, and made quite a game out of it.
I didn't learn much, but I hope our guys learned that if we play hard, we can compete with anybody. Whether Jimmy's out there or Steph out there or not, it's going to be much tougher. Margin for error is a lot less. But you give yourself a chance, and that's all you can ask for. So I hope that's what we collectively learn.
I mean, Slash, that's playing right into what you just said, man. And side note, I'm with you. Look, for the people out there that sometimes go, who is this guy? He gets all crazy on this show, and why does he care so much? It's because I do believe, I'm with you, Slash. I think this team is good enough where if you play the right players,
exactly,
the system is fine. I've never taken shots at the system. I know I've agreed with Jimmy Butler where in the non-Steph minutes maybe you can go a little less motion, but that's not a sticking point for me. I can live with the system being 24/7, but the rotational decisions, that's a whole other story, man. And that's a huge part of the job is deciding who plays when. It's crazy. But Draymond, I agree with him and I agree with you, Slash.
It's really disappointing.
Yeah.
It's really disappointing.
Yes.
Because we have a good team. Guy Santos, where has he been? Right? And I'm a Guy fan, so maybe I'm
yes.
that. But where has he been? He would have been perfect for this game. And the thing that bothers me is that it doesn't seem like there's a recognition of tempo, right? Like the reason we got back into the game and took the lead was because we had the right players with the right tempo.
Yeah.
Then Kerr makes
Slash, and this is just my opinion, but I believe it firmly. Steve Kerr is not good at in-game adjustments. And I don't think he's ever been. That's never been a strong point of his. And case in point, you look at, for example, a playoff series. When he makes adjustments, they're not in-game. They're in between games.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a strong feel for a game in real time. Like it's usually him reflecting after the fact and then making adjustments. But the things that a lot of us, and it sounds like you and I included, that we see in real time and our thought process is, you got to get this player in here. Or you got to get some more size in here. Or you got to get make this substitution for a matchup. Kerr doesn't think like that. Like in Steve Kerr's mind, he has a plan, and I'm guessing the plan is installed and instilled well before the game starts, and he doesn't deviate from that plan, and it's unfortunate, man.
I'll say two more things and I'll let other people go. in my opinion, I feel like with Steph out, this is a perfect time to get the rest of the team up and running, integrated, right?
Yeah.
And again, going back to tonight's game, if we had won without Steph, without Jimmy, right? With Draymond in foul trouble, right? That would have really done a lot for just the overall morale of the team. And people think that that's nothing. It's not nothing, right? But yeah, it was just a really disappointing game because I feel like we could have won this one.
And then
there.
slash. We actually have a Kerr apologist here. Bamboo Soldier, bless up. And look, I'm not trying to call you out, Bamboo, and you want to come on the show and elaborate and have a discussion, that's always welcome. But Bamboo's writing that the Warriors were straight out overmatched. No coaching would have changed that. Strongly agree to disagree, as evident by the fact that the Warriors were leading by 4 with just minutes remaining in this game.
Yeah.
And it's the rotational decisions that cost them. It's literally who.
It's not to cut you off, but it's not.
No, you're good.
It's not a personnel thing. We have the personnel, right? Even like Buddy. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, trade Buddy," right? My thing with Buddy would be, you put him out there. Does he make a couple shots? Great. All right, then you sit him down. But when you have him out there, and then he feels like he just has a green light to shoot, right? Like he did in the fourth quarter. Like, I feel like we have all the pieces, but they're not being used correctly, right? And when they're not being used correctly, you end up with something like tonight where we clawed our way back from what was it, 22 down?
The Warriors trailed 32-26 after 1.
Yeah.
They trailed 63-44 at half.
Yeah.
So the biggest lead for the Thunder tonight was 22.
Yeah. So it just, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, and it seems to me, and this is the last thing I'll say. I told people when the whole punch situation happened, right, that this was probably going to be it for the this current dynasty. And the reason I said that was because I know people have issues with Poole, but his shooting, his erratic nature, was actually something that could have been honed and then continued on.
Well, and slash, it wasn't erratic the year they won the championship.
Exactly.
He actually dialed that shit in, and it wasn't the following year.
Exactly.
It went astray.
And
the Warriors, by the way, this is just to go back into the fourth quarter here. I just want to share just all these substitutions. It's just crazy. So the Warriors were leading this game. Their biggest lead was 4, 103-99. And they had momentum. Like Pat Spencer was in the game. Draymond Green was in the game.
Pat was amazing.
He was. And again, this is one example of that person we just had on who was like, nothing could have changed this. Well, A, you don't know that. B, the Warriors were leading this game in the fourth quarter with like 5 minutes to go. So it's not like they were just hopeless.
I think Pat is a better point guard than Pajemski.
Agreed.
That's just my, because
I agree.
He has all of those Pajemski skills, like the things that Pajemski is really good at, but he's patient.
He's better.
He waits
he's
a
better.
beat. He does all those things.
Yeah, he's better. But I just want, just to give you all the crazy substitutions here. So at the 4:37 mark, because I'm going through this just to see just how ludicrous all this was. So at the 4:37 mark, Kerr calls a timeout, and the Warriors are trailing by 1 at this point. It's 108-107. A moment before Seth Curry was taken out. I don't know why he was taken out, but he got taken out. What did he get taken out for? Well, how did that work out? Buddy, oh my God. So the 9-10 mark, Buddy Hield came into the game for Seth Curry. And for a brief moment, the Warriors were okay. slowly the Thunder start to come back, and this is when I was starting to scream like, you got to bring Kuminga into this game now, just to stop the momentum of the Thunder and prevent them from taking back control. Then soon after that, Will Richard is subbed out of the game, and Will Richard needs to get more minutes too. I don't understand why he's being penalized. Then Brandon Pajemski comes into the game for Pat Spencer, and then
Pat should have finished out the game.
Pat should have absolutely finished the game. Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? What do we do? Especially this particular game, he was a better point guard. He just was. His defense on SGA was incredible, right? And that's not something that, you know, normally happens when it comes to like defenses giving him trouble. But Pat stayed in front of him enough to like you know, just disrupt things. I don't know what the rotation decisions, how they're all going to pan out once everybody's back healthy, but we have enough, right? And I think that's the most frustrating thing. In other years when we didn't really have enough, you could say, okay, we don't have enough, but we have enough.
And some people in the chat are saying that Seth Curry was limping, and that's why he came out of the game at the 9-10 mark for Buddy Hield. But then Seth came back. But then Kerr brought Seth back in at the 4:37 mark when the Thunder had retaken the lead. He brought Seth in for Will Richard, and we never got any report that, unless they were talking about Jimmy Butler, and I'm missing something here. But any final thoughts, Slash? You were fantastic tonight.
No. That's it.
You were good. You're good. Come back again soon, will you?
I will.
Where are you joining us from? Are you in the Bay?
I'm in LA, actually.
What part?
I live near USC.
Oh,
so I'm
okay.
I'm right in that little area there.
Yeah. Gentrification Central, am I correct?
No, actually, my neighborhood's cool. But yeah, man, we definitely have enough. We have enough.
I agree. I agree.
I don't know what it's gonna take for Kerr to like understand, like, yo, we have enough. You know,
nothing.
It's frustrating to watch, especially tonight. Because if it was a blowout, no problem, right? It's the Thunder. We're a little man down. Okay, no problem. But in this situation when we could have won it,
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It was a winnable game that and to have it end like that is frustrating. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we see it all the time. If it was an occasional thing, I think it's easier to stomach. But Kerr does this shit on the reg, and it just never stops, and it's so frustrating. Slash, join us again soon, will you?
I will. Have a
great night, man. That was a fantastic call. Real quickly before I bring Aim Assist on and we start to wrap up the show, I'm curious to know if the Warriors and the Bucks, how that trade would work to bring Giannis here. I'm just curious. I'm just having some fun. Because again, Giannis Antetokounmpo starting to make it clear he wants out. So he's due $54 million this season, and he's also eligible for a supermax extension after this year. So if the Warriors trade for him, that's one of the first things they're going to do. So Giannis to the Warriors. What do the Warriors have to do to get him? Well, obviously Kuminga would be one of the pieces that would go. I'm going to guess Moses Moody would be a piece that would have to go. I'm going to guess Al Horford just cannot be traded no matter what. Let's turn the restrictions off. Go away, ad. So at this point, the trade fails because we got to get some more money. Okay, so we got Moody, we got Kuminga. Okay, let's throw Buddy Hield in there. Trade still fails because the Warriors have to give up more. Okay, so we're at 22, 32, 33, 43. So we need a couple more contracts. God damn, so this trade is not going to be easy to do. All right, so let's throw Guy Santos, and let's also throw Brandon Pajemski. How about now? Pass, fail. So I'm still not sending. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. So even if I'm sending out Kuminga, Moody, Buddy, Pajemski, and Guy Santos, I still have to send more money out. What the F? And Al Horford. Whoa, Al Horford, I can trade. How about now? Oh, so I just need to. All right. So the trade is possible, but the Warriors just have to send a lot of money out. And under this proposal, I included Kuminga, Moody, Buddy, Al Horford, Pajemski, and Guy Santos. Let me see if I can take Guy Santos off and if it would still work. Oh, and it fails. Okay, so Jesus. So another trade we can do. Would the Warriors give up Jimmy Butler? But then would the Bucks want... Well, look, if this exercise showed anything, it's that the trade is doable. My guess is you probably want to get a third team involved, so you don't have to send out as much. But it's encouraging. I mean, look, the fact that this says right here, trade successful, that means there are not enough restrictions in place to make a Giannis for a lot of pieces trade work. And I think if you get a third team involved, you can take out some of these. So right now, in order to make this trade work, I have Kuminga, Moody, Buddy Hield, Al Horford, Brandon Pajemski, Guy Santos. We'd also have to throw in some picks, clearly. And I also don't know what the competition would toss in there. We also don't know if Milwaukee would ask for a guy like Will Richard. I don't want to give up Will Richard. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, you're going to have to also give up draft picks. All right, but it's doable. It's doable. That's encouraging. James Baum saying, so half the team. I mean, or again, I think you can get a third team involved so you don't have to send as much out. But it would be a lot. Cam Jones in the chat saying send Draymond, not Kuminga, but you'd have to think, what would the Bucks want? And if you're doing this trade, this is going to be a desperation last shot at Steph getting a 5th championship. And then we have Kenneth Contreras saying that if Chardal is thrown into the mix, now suddenly we can make the trade
Days
work.
In reference to the Matthew McConaughey movie Dazed and Confused.
Yes, sir. 10% discount in the Golden Days shop if you apply the word daze, not dazed up, just daze, D-A-Z-E. Wrong thing. There's our QR code right there if you wanted to go to the shop. And in case you're curious, how do I spell days? Is like D-A-Y-S, like 7 days in a week? No.
Golden Days in reference to the Matthew McConaughey movie Dazed and Confused.
Yes, now we're talking. Go check out the shop. Support the program, please. As we start to slowly wrap up the show, one of the silkiest, smoothest voices on the planet, Aim Assist. You should be making money doing voiceover or music or something, Aim. How you doing?
Yeah, I be on my TikTok side, but
what's your TikTok handle?
I'll type it in the chat. But
done.
So what I was gonna say, bro, pods, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. If he had the confidence, bro, if he played with the confidence that he had in the first quarter every night, he could be the AJ Mitchell of our team. But the problem,
Mitchell, okay,
yeah, the problem is though like I know the play you're talking about when he was driving to the lane. No, actually, I'm talking about another play. When he was driving to the lane, he was, I ain't gonna lie, he was looking crispy. Like the moves was looking solid.
Early was, yeah.
Yeah. And then he drove to the paint, had a wide open lane, and then passed it. I don't know why I don't understand, bro. Take the shot, bro.
He could have also taken the shot. You're right. The
That's
play I
what I'm
was
saying.
talking about way earlier, Aim, and for the audience, in case you missed the the early part of the show. Podziemski had an opportunity to get to for the easiest assist imaginable, and he just bungled it. He does this regularly. The assist numbers are never there. He had 4 assists tonight, but you're right. The first quarter was good for him. Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like, bro, it's like they play middle school basketball. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't really understand. Like, it's like Kerr has them like, it's like Kerr, like they don't believe in themselves. Like they can create their shot, but they don't believe in it. Like if you have an open lane, you may want to pass it to the open guy for a better shot, but sometimes it's better just to take that shot yourself. But it's like they don't really believe in that, So, but yeah, and JK, I don't get it because honestly, bro, he did get hot in the third quarter, so I don't really get why he took him out for real. Like,
I don't know either, dude. And by the way, a KKS in our chat bringing up Kevin Knox, but those aren't NBA numbers, right? That's G League. I think.
Bro, that's G League, bro.
That's G League, right? Yeah, that is
G League numbers.
Look, Kevin Knox had a shot last year, and I thought he had every opportunity to make some noise and earn a spot on the team. And every time he was out there, he just did nothing.
Bro, Knox was mid, bro. What the hell?
He was.
Knox was mid.
I will say this: if Kevin Knox got the kind of opportunities Buddy Hield gets, Podziemski gets, GP2 gets, where he's just constantly being thrown out there and given minutes regardless and allowed to play through mistakes, yeah, he probably would be serviceable. He probably would be good for the team. But instead, he had 3 minutes. He had 3-minute opportunities to prove his worth, and not every player is wired like that. And so there you go. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm looking at like what Scotty Barnes is like doing now, and he's like a top 15 player at this point, in the season. Like Scotty's like an MVP candidate. I'm like, bro, like honestly, well, Scotty is better defensively, but offensively, like when JK actually gets the minutes, like what we seen in the Timberwolves,
yeah,
Scotty's not better than him offensively, but the defensive gap isn't that large. Unless we're talking about just team defense, individual, I guess. But I'm like, bro, if JK was like Scotty, Scotty, Sengun, just the Franz, the other players in the draft class where he has his own team, it'd be a completely different story. And I keep seeing this, and I'm like, bro, like JK could produce like that, but he's just held back by this system. I don't know what it is. Like,
by the way, AIM, and I don't. Some people are treating this as like monster news, and maybe in the greater NBA scheme it is, but for me it's kind of like a shrug. The guy's 40 years old. He's well past his prime. I know he's done a lot for the game, so a retirement tour would have been the respectful thing to do for the Clippers, but the Clippers waived Chris Paul just like
what?
Just
no way, no way. What? Swear.
It's just like I don't think he was making much money. I don't I'm fascinated to know what the reasoning was behind that move because it's weird.
I mean, he was ass, but they waived him for real?
Just cut him. Yeah, in his final year. The Clippers. Yeah, it took a while, but they're actually the Clippers.
Well, I know we don't need to sign them, so
no. Hell no. Hell no. Please, bro. I beg, do not make suggestions of Chris Paul to the Warriors. We saw that once 2 years ago. Did not move the needle. We don't need Chris Paul at 40. I'd rather have Podziemski playing than Chris Paul. No offense to Chris Paul.
No. Saw you tripping, bro. We need line up CP3, Seth Curry, Brandon Podziemski, John Kuminga, and Jimmy Butler at center. That's the ideal lineup right there.
And then the mic drop. I love it. Let's go to the scoreboard as we wrap it up here on a Tuesday night. We've got a busy a week of shows because tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific, the Hall of Famer Rick Barry is going to join the program. And I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say about this game and so much more. Thursday, we are live immediately following the Warriors starting a 3-game road trip. They are going to be in Philly to take on the 76ers, a 76ers team that could cause a lot of problems for the Golden State Warriors. depending on who's playing. That's always a huge if. Friday, Armando Lara joins the program for Friday happy hour. And then Saturday and Sunday, a back-to-back set on the road. The Warriors playing the Cavaliers and the Bulls. And hopefully at some point during the stretch of games, we're going to see DeAnthony Melton make his debut for the Warriors this season. Melton can play. And him being back, Seth, we all saw Seth. That was beautiful. That was just absolutely beautiful. All right, let's go to the music and the scoreboard. Let's get out of here. It's late. God damn, it's 12:27 a.m. That's what you get for 8 p.m. start times, I guess. Not a lot of games in the association tonight. We start with the team the Warriors play next, the Philadelphia 76ers. They hosted the Washington Wizards and won 121-102 the final. Tyrese Maxey, 35 points, 6 assists, 4 steals in the win for Philly. They improved to 11-9. The Wizards drop to 3-17. Marvin Bagley III. Is that the same Marvin Bagley that got picked ahead of Luka Doncic by the Sacramento Kings? Aren't you happy you're not a Kings fan? like, no bullshit. Things could be a lot worse, always. Just look up the road. We got to get the I-80 crossover back. Next week, next Tuesday, we'll make that happen with Mark. Been a long time since the Warriors have not played on a Tuesday. Anyways, Marvin Bagley III, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks in the loss. The Toronto Raptors continuing a borderline shockingly positive start to the season with a win tonight at home hosting the Portland Trailblazers. 121-118 the final. Scotty Barnes, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists in the win. Denny Avdia, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 14 assists in the loss. Toronto improves to 15-7. The Blazers drop to 8-13. Both those players I just mentioned, by the way, Scotty Barnes and Denny Avdia, clear-cut examples of why players need minutes and why players need those minutes so they can play through mistakes and learn from them. Steve Kerr, a piece of advice for you because you have no effing clue how to handle young players. Preceding the Warriors and the Thunder tonight was the Celtics hosting the New York Knickerbockers, and they won. The Celtics are borderline shockingly having a good start to the season. They improved to 12-9. The Knicks dropped to 13-7. Jaylen Brown, 42 points in the win. Mikal Bridges, 35 points, 6 rebounds in the loss for your New York Knicks. Final and overtime. 2 more games for you. Mass amount of points in this one. Minnesota beating the Pelicans in NOLA, New Orleans. 149-142 the final. Safe to say the over covered. Minnesota improving to 13-8. The Pelicans dropping to 3-19. Anthony Edwards, 44 points in the win. Trey Murphy III, 33 points, 15 rebounds in the loss. And last, and maybe least, depends on your perspective, these San Antonio Spurs, 126-119 winners tonight over the Memphis Grizzlies. Harrison Barnes, miss you, buddy, 31 points in the win. Zach Edey, 19 points, 15 rebounds in the loss. The Spurs improved to 14-6. Memphis drops to 9-13. And the Warriors in the standings right now, in case you're curious, after tonight's loss, they dropped to 500. Let me show the audience this because it is a bit interesting. So the Western Conference, we're about a quarter of the season through. And the West is not as deep as we feared, or at least I feared. And that's good news for the Golden State Warriors because on one hand, you would like to think, why not aspire for greatness? Why not shoot for a 2 seed or a 3 seed? Why settle for 6? With that said, the Warriors currently trail. I think we can safely say the 1 seed's done. But if your goal is the 2 seed or lower, the LA Lakers, who have had a ridiculously soft schedule to start the year, they're currently 15-5, and they lead the Warriors by 5 games. Houston is third at 13-5. The San Antonio Spurs and the Denver Nuggets all tied for third place. But when you factor in wins and losses and the win percentages that are calculated with that, Houston is currently the 3 seed. The Spurs are the 4 seed. The Nuggets are the 5 seed. And then the Minnesota Timberwolves, if the season ended today, would be your 6 seed at 13-8. The Phoenix Suns are surprising to me. Anyways, they're 13-9. They're the 7 seed. And then the Golden State Warriors are the 8 seed currently at 11-11. Long ways to go. And again, the second half of the season for the Warriors, strength of schedule wise, night and day in terms of difficulty. So certainly no doom and gloom here. And Slash, who joined us a little earlier in the show, making what I don't think is a bold proclamation, but I'm sure a lot of you interpreted that as such, which is his take was this Warriors team has a roster that can win a title. I agree. Just got to utilize it properly. And the West is not as good as we thought, at least not at this point. So all that does is just even add fuel to the hype of the Golden State Warriors. We shall see. Whoa. What's going on here? Shardal. Whoa. What's going on? I haven't looked at this channel in a while. So Shardal, you doing all right, buddy? Oh. Shardal and Genji Gawk are fighting in the chat. Shardal, where have you been, buddy? It's too late. Shardal, we got to bring you on, huh? Okay, Shardal, I'm going to give you the link real fast. If you want to come on, I'll give you like a minute. And if you don't want to, that's totally cool too. Kenneth Contreras is saying, if the Warriors make it to the finals, I should do a massive bong rip on the camera. Aim higher. That's like I would do that if they just won the first round. Up the stakes. If the Warriors, first of all, if the Warriors make the finals, they're winning the whole thing. I do not see a team in the Eastern Conference that represents a threat. If the Warriors can get through the Western Conference gauntlet, they're winning the whole thing. And we're ramping. Again, I'm getting a Steve Kerr tattoo on my body if that happens. So, Shardal, how you doing, buddy? You seem fired up. You okay?
Hey, what's up, Sai? I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel. You make some great content videos on the platform. Tough loss for the Golden State Warriors. They fall 124-112 versus the Oklahoma City Thunder from Chase Center in San Francisco, California. What were your thoughts on the game? I mean, it was a tough loss. I mean, do you think the Warriors are going to bounce back?
No, season's over.
You don't think they're going to bounce back?
No.
Aren't you an optimistic Golden State Warriors fan who
I'm kidding.
Who
I think
believes the best for the team?
Were you not thrilled with Seth Curry playing tonight? Did you watch that?
I was so thrilled that Seth Curry was playing because I always love to see Seth Curry and Stephen Curry, the brothers, playing together on the same team. I was elated when I heard about the news that Seth Curry came to the Warriors. I was so excited. I was like, I couldn't contain my excitement. It was like the biggest news I've ever heard.
Good stuff. Where'd you watch the game tonight?
I was watching it on. I was checking the score on my phone.
Why didn't you watch the game?
I was out dancing tonight.
Where?
At a local dance studio in Fremont.
You mentioned that before. So you take dance classes. It's salsa? Is that what you're doing?
Salsa, and bachata, rumba. I take Latin dances every Tuesday.
Who do you go with?
I go to the studio and there's I get a different instructor every day. I can schedule with a different instructor.
Are the instructors male or female?
They're male and female.
So do you let the male instructors like dance with you?
No, the female. I like
Okay,
to do
so-
with the female.
Do you have a hard rule on that? Like, do the male instructors sometimes try to slide in there and they're like, "Let me teach you, Shardall"?
No, I like
And
the
they-
female instructors better.
But that goes without saying because I've gathered you're a heterosexual male. But what I'm asking is, do the male instructors sometimes volunteer their services and try to step in there and go, "Let me help you out," or does that not even happen?
That does not even happen.
Because they know that if they tried, you get pissed off, right?
I'll get pissed off. They know it.
Why were you fired up at Genji Gawk in the chat? What was he saying?
He was saying that you're not allowed to come on the show. He's a troll.
You know Genji doesn't have that power, right? Why do you let him get to you like that?
No, he got to me tonight, and I cursed him out.
Why are you trying to learn salsa dancing? What's the goal? Is this so that someday you can impress a woman?
Someday I can impress a woman someday.
Have you ever seen the movie with Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston? And I'm not drawing. Oh, why am I brain farting on the name of the movie? Hold on. I'm not gonna. I have to know the name of this film because it's the one where hold on. Ben Stiller, Jen Aniston. What was that movie's called? What it's so late. Along Came Polly. Have you ever seen that movie?
I love that movie.
So in that movie, Ben Stiller also learned salsa dancing. Did that movie inspire you?
That movie inspired me. Along Came Polly.
That's Shardall. Did you do this on your own? Like you saw the film and you were like, you know what? If I learn how to dance,
I saw the film and I said that the film inspired me to take salsa dancing.
Did you like Philip Seymour Hoffman when he was playing basketball in the film and he goes raindrops?
I love watching that movie Along Came Polly, and I love the scene where Philip Seymour Hoffman was playing basketball.
Kenneth is in the chat, but Ken, it's late, man. Join us another night. I apologize. My brain is fried. We're done. Final thoughts, Shardall. It's time to call it a night.
So
I'm
what
glad
were
you're
you-
learning how to salsa dance. That is incredible. You got to post that on your YouTube channel. You would get clicks.
So what were your thoughts on the performance of the Warriors today?
My thoughts were, I think you should post a video on your YouTube channel dancing. Your thoughts?
Viewers, make sure to hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, ring that
People would
notification
watch
bell
that
for
video,
Golden Days.
Shardall. I'm telling you.
In reference to the
they would go to your channel.
1993
They'd see that.
Matthew McConaughey movie Dazed and Confused, and also subscribe to the SGA Sports Talk channel.
Sure,
I'm at
I'll love you, buddy.
505 subscribers. I'm 95 subs away from 600. If your viewers go to my channel and give me the love and respect that I really need,
deserve.
I would appreciate that. It really helped me out a lot.
Shardall, I made an open for you, and I'm sorry I just forgot to upload it. My apologies. Next time you come on, you'll have your open, okay?
What's my open?
It's a surprise. We're gonna save it for when it's ready, and you'll see it for the first time with everyone else. But it's done, and it'll be a short and sweet open for you, because you're the closer, man. The closer has to have his own open. So,
Asai, I'm a big fan of your content, man. Like you're truly a legend in the YouTube community.
But thank you, though. I really do appreciate that.
And you make some great content. So the final score, Oklahoma City 124, Golden State Warriors 112.
Yes.
I have a lot of optimism in this team. I think this team is going to go far.
They might
in the season. But yeah, it's always great coming on the show, and I'll definitely join you for another Warriors postgame show. Hope you have a great rest of your night.
Hey, Shardall, before you go, do you want to hear a polite way of calling out the haters?
I would love to hear a polite way of how to call out the haters.
Oh, hey, you.
All right, so next time you encounter a hater, and that hater's just going off on you. Like they're just hating left and right. You just got to be polite about it and say, "Oh, hey,
Oh, hey, you.
Does it sound good with the smile? You gotta smile.
That sounds good. So before I end the show, I have a Taylor Swift lyric. Haters are gonna hate, and players are gonna play.
Fuck you.
That wasn't directed at you. That was directed at the haters. All right.
So Jijin was trying to get at me, and you don't want to get on my fiery side because if anybody tries to get on me, I will snap back at you.
Oh no! But you got to be polite about it, right? You got to go, "Oh, hey," and then.
So I'm like Steph Curry. When I'm at my house, I'm calm and composed. And when I'm on the basketball court, I have a fiery personality like Steph Curry.
I believe you, Shardal. Great to see you as always, man.
Hey, Sai, it was great coming on the show, and I'll definitely join you on another Warriors postgame show. I mean, you're truly the GOAT.
Thursday.
I'll join you on Thursday.
And it's going to be a lot earlier than tonight because it's a road game. So we'll be on the air around 6:30 Pacific time.
So when I do the when I come on your show tomorrow, I'll talk a little Sharks, talk a little Warriors, talk a little 49ers on the show tomorrow. When I come on the show tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow we're gonna have Rick Barry at 1 p.m. If we see you in the chat, great. And then Thursday we'll talk Sharks. All right.
So I'll be in the chat tomorrow, but I love Rick Barry.
I love him too.
One of the greatest basketball players.
Agreed.
I wasn't around in the 60s. I was not there when the Warriors were playing in 1964. I wasn't there, but I just love Rick Barry. I love, he's such a great.
64? I think Rick Barry's rookie year was 67, by the way. But that was random that you said 64. It's okay.
Yeah, but
you just thought it's.
I really love your sense of humor. Like, you make the show entertaining as much as it already is. Pretty.
I try.
Yeah, but it's officially Wednesday already. It's the next day already. So the show, it's late.
So I'll get some sleep, all right?
These on NBC and Peacock. Fuck all these 8 o'clock late starts. Cause then if this game would start at like 6 o'clock, then we would not be on the show at 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Hey, Peacock.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Shardal, have a great night, all right?
Hey, it was great coming on the show, man, and I'll see you on Thursday.
And we'll see all of you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Rick Barry. Have a great night. Go Dubs. Bye-bye.